Attention passionate Chicago, Bears fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Chicago Bears' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Chicago Bears fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Chicago Bears fans. Let's get to the news. All right, Bears fans, buckle up because the buzz around the league is heating up, and the whispers out of Pittsburgh are getting louder. There's a serious rumor circulating about a potential blockbuster move that could reshape the NFC North and, more importantly, set the tone for Chicago's future dominance. According to some insiders, the Bears are eyeing none other than T.J. Watt, the elite edge rusher from the Steelers, with a possible trade in the works for the 2026 offseason. Yeah, you heard that right. Watt, a game changer, a guy who's been one of the most disruptive forces in the league when healthy, could soon be donning the Bears' colors. Now, let's back up a bit and dive into what this could mean for Chicago. First off, you've got to understand the magnitude of Watt's talent. This guy is a true power plus bend edge rusher, a rare blend of explosiveness and technique that makes quarterbacks tremble. Just look at his 2025 season. He's been a beast in his 9 games so far, with 42 solo tackles, 22 assists, a total of 64 tackles, and an eye-popping 12 sacks, which ranks him among the top edge rushers in the league. He's also generated 28 QB hits, 45 pressures, and earned a stellar 92. For a grade from PFF, his pressure rate sits at around 31%, meaning he's constantly harassing quarterbacks, and his run-stop win percentage of 52% shows he's just as effective against the run as he is rushing the passer. Watt's presence elevates any defense, and if he joins the Bears, you can expect his impact to be felt immediately. But why would the Steelers consider parting ways with such a talent? Well, Pittsburgh is in a bit of a rebuild mode. They're sitting at 5-4 but have been dealing with some cap flexibility, about $28 million free, thanks to a recent injury to linebacker Wilson, who tore his elbow in Week 4. The Steelers are also trying to reset their roster after a season that's been marred by turnovers and inconsistent play. They're currently leaking an alarming 232 passing yards per game, which ranks among the worst in the league, especially in a division that's loaded with talented quarterbacks like Goff and Love. Their 4-5 record isn't terrible, but the team feels like it's in flux, and moving Watt could be a strategic move to free up cap space and acquire draft picks. And here's where it gets even more intriguing for us Bears fans. The rumor suggests that the Bears could offer a first-round pick in 2026, projected to be a top 15 selection, and a second-round pick in 2027. That's a hefty price, but for a player like Watt, it might be worth it. Why? Because Watt's ability to disrupt defenses could be the catalyst that elevates the Bears' entire defense. Imagine him lining up opposite a guy like Dominique Robinson or Brisker, causing chaos in the backfield, collapsing pockets in less than 2.5 seconds, and forcing turnovers. His presence would instantly improve the pass rush, which has been a concern for Chicago for quite some time. Not to mention, Watt's ability to generate pressures and sacks would be a massive boost for the entire defense, especially considering that the Bears are determined to build a top-tier unit that can contend year after year. Now, let's talk about the current state of the Bears' defense. This season, Chicago's pass rush has shown flashes of brilliance, but consistency remains an issue. We're seeing players like Sweat and others step up, but having a game-changer like Watt would be a game-changer, literally. His pressure stats, along with his ability to collapse pockets quickly, would complement the Bears' existing pass rush duo and turn our defense into a nightmare for offenses in the NFC North and beyond. And speaking of the division, the Bears are already making strides, improving their run defense from allowing 132 yards per game to just 85, which is a solid step forward. But to truly dominate, especially against teams like the Lions and Packers, we need more juice on the edge, and Watt could be that missing piece. This potential move also has significant implications for the Bears' overall strategy. Chicago's front office has been surprisingly aggressive this season, addressing needs on the offensive line and bolstering the defense. Adding Watt would send a clear message that the Bears are all in on contention, that they're not just building for the future but aiming to compete now. His arrival would also send shockwaves through the NFC North, making the Bears a serious contender to challenge the Lions and Packers for division supremacy. And let's not forget, Watt's presence on the field could also indirectly benefit our young quarterbacks, like Justin Fields, by creating more opportunities for turnovers and easier scoring drives. Of course, there's always the question of cap space and draft capital. The Steelers are likely to want a premium for Watt, and the Bears will need to maneuver under the salary cap, which is something they've been managing well. The draft picks involved could be high, but if the Bears pull this off, it could be one of the smartest moves in recent franchise history. The idea of pairing Watt with our existing young stars and developing a dominant defense that pressures the quarterback relentlessly, similar to what the Lions did with Hutchinson last year, is not just exciting, it's a glimpse into a future where Chicago becomes a powerhouse. Now, looking at the bigger picture, this move could also influence the Bears' overall approach to free agency and draft strategy. If Watt comes in, the team might focus more on bolstering the offensive line and secondary in the upcoming drafts to complement the added pass rush. The goal is clear: create a balanced, aggressive defense that can suffocate opponents and give our offense more opportunities to shine. And with the NFC North already showing signs of becoming a more competitive division, having a player of Watt's caliber could be the difference maker that propels Chicago back into playoff contention and beyond. To be honest, this kind of acquisition isn't just about boosting the roster. It's about building a culture of winning and establishing Chicago as a legitimate contender once again. Watt's motor, passion, and elite skill set would ignite the entire team and fan base. Imagine the roar of Soldier Field when Watt makes a game-changing sack or forces a crucial fumble. That's the kind of energy that can turn a good team into a great one, and I truly believe this could be the start of something special. Of course, as with any trade rumor, it's important to take it with a grain of salt. But the signs are pointing toward a real possibility. The Steelers are in a tricky spot. They want to reset and reset quickly, and Watt's market value is sky high. The Bears, on the other hand, are looking to take the next step, and adding a player like Watt would be a bold statement of intent. It's a move that could redefine the NFC North landscape and make Chicago a team no one wants to face come playoff time. So, Bears fans, get ready. If this trade materializes, it's going to be a game changer. We're talking about elevating our defense to a whole new level, creating more pressure on opposing quarterbacks, and finally giving our team the star power it needs to compete at the highest level. This could be the move that cements our future as Super Bowl contenders, and I, for one, can't wait to see how it unfolds. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Chicago Bears news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Now I want to hear from you, Bears fans. What's your take on this potential blockbuster move? Do you think Watt would be the perfect fit for Chicago? Would you be willing to give up some high draft picks for a chance to bring in a player of his caliber? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because your opinion matters so much to us and to the Chicago Bears. Remember, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Chicago Bears news. This is an exciting time to be a Bears fan, and I truly believe that with moves like this, we're heading toward a brighter, more dominant future. Let's go, Bears!